Friday of the second week of Easter, May 2nd, 2025. Trusting God's providence. In today's first reading, we see the story of Gamaliel, a respected Jewish teacher who advises caution when dealing with the newly formed Christian community in Jerusalem. Gamaliel points out that if the Christian movement is of human origin, it will eventually fade away, but if it is of God, then opposing it could mean opposing God himself. This passage can be seen as a call for discernment and patience in dealing with new movements within the Church. As Catholics, we are called to carefully consider the fruits of a movement before passing judgment, trusting that God is ultimately in control. Moving on to today's Gospel, we find the story of the feeding of the 5,000. In this miraculous event, Jesus takes a few loaves and fish and multiplies them to feed a multitude of people. This passage highlights the themes of abundance, trust, and the power of God to provide for our needs. As Catholics, we are called to a faith that God will always provide for us, even when our resources seem limited. This story also points to the Eucharist as a source of nourishment and sustenance for our spiritual journey. When reflecting on these passages in light of Catholic theology, we can see how they both highlight the importance of trust in God's providence. In the face of uncertainty and opposition, we are called to a faith that God is in control and will provide for our needs. This trust in God's providence is a central tenet of Catholic theology, reminding us that we are called to rely on God's grace and guidance in all aspects of our lives. Furthermore, these passages remind us of the importance of community and sharing in the life of faith. Just as the early Christian community in Acts supported one another in the face of persecution, so too are we called to come together as a community of believers to support one another on our spiritual journey. The feeding of the 5,000 also serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of sharing our resources with others and caring for the needs of those around us. Moreover, these passages challenge us to examine our own attitudes and actions towards those who may be different from us. In Acts, Gamaliel's wise counsel to the Jewish leaders serves as a reminder that we should approach new movements within the Church with an open heart and mind, willing to listen and discern the will of God. In John, Jesus' willingness to provide for the hungry crowd regardless of their background or circumstances challenges us to overcome our own prejudices and extend love and generosity to all people. In conclusion, today's readings remind us of the importance of trust in God's providence, the power of community and sharing in the life of faith, and the call to love and serve all people, regardless of their background or circumstances. As Catholics, we are called to embody these values in our own lives, trusting in God's grace and guidance as we seek to live out our faith in the world. May God bless you all.